right. How did you find the tour? Good? Yeah, thank you for answering me. All right, a very good afternoon, distinguished guests. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the closing ceremony of Aspac 2024. Yes, thank you for coming. Yes, thank you for coming despite your busy schedules. Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Kim Yeonjin, your MC for this meaningful occasion. It's good to see you here again. Thank you. Yes, Aspac 2024 has been a meaningful occasion where experts from various fields, science, technology, education, the arts, gather to exchange valuable knowledge and insights and to collaboratively envision a new future. Today's closing ceremony is a time to reflect on the meaningful journey we have shared and to consider the direction we will take moving forward. So Aspac 2024 has provided us with great inspiration and challenges. So we hope that every participant will take these insights and new ideas gained here and apply them in their own endeavors. We would like to hear some words from President Hyungju Han, Kwacheon National Science Museum. She will share her thoughts and reflections on the past 4 days of Aspac 2024. So I would like to invite her to the stage. Please put your hands together in welcoming her.
존경하는 에스펙 회원 여러분, 그리고 내외 귀빈 여러분, 지금 이 순간 여러분과 함께 2024년 에스펙 연례회의를 성공적으로 마무리하게 되어 매우 기쁘고 영광스럽게 생각합니다. 모든 성과는 연례회의의 모든 순서에서 적극적으로 참여해 주신 여러분들의 노력과 수고 덕분입니다. 특히 팀맥님, 에스펙 전임 회장님, 새로이 무거운 책임을 맡으신 마리아 이사벨 가르시아 에스펙 신임 회장님, 그리고 신구 집행위원회 여러분께도 깊은 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 그리고 이번 회의를 준비하고 진행하는 데 있어서 일일이 호명할 수 없을 정도로 모두가 함께 참여해 준 국립과천과학관의 모든 관계자분들께도 애정어린 감사를 표합니다. 또한 자원봉사자 Thank you. 또한 자원봉사자분들과 아이더스 운영 스태프분들의 노고가 더해지지 않았으면 순조로운 행사 진행이 될 수 없었기에 이 자리를 빌어 진심으로 감사드립니다. 한마디로 여기 계신 모든 분들의 헌신으로 오늘 이 자리가 가능했습니다. 과학기술의 역할과 영향력이 그 어느 때보다 중요해지고 있는 때에 이번 에스펙 연례회의는 그 어느 때보다도 의미 있는 자리였다고 자부합니다. 우리는 과학기술을 통해 미래 세대에게 영감을 주고 창의적 사고를 촉진하는 공간으로서의 책임과 비전을 다시 한번 확인할 수 있었습니다. 특히 공감을 핵심 기반으로 하여 회의의 주제인 링크, 즉 과학 문해력, 사회적 포용, 네트워킹, 과학 한류에 대해서 경험을 나누고 새로운 가능성을 모색하는 기회를 가질 수 있었습니다. 우리는 지역적 문화적 차이를 넘어 함께 소통하고 협력할 때 과학관에게 부여된 역할을 더 잘 수행할 수 있음을 다시 한번 확인하였습니다. 이러한 깨달음을 마음에만 담지 않고 행사 기간 동안 함께했던 우리가 앞으로도 계속해서 협력의 아젠다와 프로젝트를 만들어 갔으면 합니다. 국립과천과학관은 그 행렬에 적극적으로 동참하겠습니다. 이제 아쉬운 작별이 남았습니다. 하지만 다음번 만남이 기대되기에 오늘 우리는 기쁘게 헤어질 수 있다고 생각합니다. 해외 참가자분들은 내일 마지막으로 현장 답사를 가시는데 끝까지 즐거운 추억을 만드시고 또 안전한 여행이 되었으면 합니다. 그리고 에스펙을 통해 여러분은 이제 과천과학관의 단순한 손님이 아니라 친구가 되셨습니다. 우리는 여러분을 따뜻이 맞을 준비가 항상 되어 있으니까 언제든 또 방문해 주시기를 바랍니다. 끝으로 이 자리에 함께하고 계신 모든 분들께 다시 한번 감사드리며 안전하고 건강한 귀국길 되시길 바랍니다. 2026년에도 우리의 이 우정이 계속되기를 기대하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you very much for your impressive words, President Hyung-Joo-han. Yeah, she expressed her gratitude to all of you who joined us, and she mentioned about the very grateful, impressive results of this conference. So we would like to know more about that. So next, Aspac Executive Committee member, Mr. Song-Jun Lee, will report on the outcomes and achievements of Aspac Conference 2024 with a focus on the 4-day link parallel sessions. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Song-Jun Lee to the stage.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay, good afternoon everybody, fellow members, family members of Aspac, and advocates of science and communication and technology. So before I share my thoughts, I think I want to say thank you to really all the organizing members, President Han and Bu Young, and please join me in a round of applause for the organizing committee. Thank you for making us feel like part of the Korean family. So as I stand before you today, I'm deeply moved by the spirit of collaboration and inclusivity that has permeated this conference. Over the past few days, I think all of us have delved very deeply into themes of link, literacy, inclusion, networking, and Korea's science culture. And we all strive to communicate with empathy and understanding. I certainly did not expect to see solar eclipse from Craig's session in the morning, and then we saw the aurora right in the afternoon, all within a few hours of each other. So the essence of literacy, let me share some thoughts on literacy. So it goes really beyond just simply to read and write. It encompasses the capacity to really comprehend, analyze, and also critically engage the world around us. Through our collaborative effort, we really want to empower individuals with scientific literacy so that they can go on and solve their own problems. So in the first keynote session, the first keynote speaker, Pankyat, shared that in addition to problem-solving skills, we need to have the ability to ask the right questions. By combining these two, we can then be able to inspire our next generation to not only solve problems, but ask the right questions to enable us to think even more deeper and with empathy so that we can come up with even better solutions. So while all of us strive to do our best in science communication, some of us want to really inspire the next generation to take out STEM careers. But while not all of them will eventually take out STEM career, I think we have done our best, and even though if they don't take out science or STEM career, we know that we have provided them with a better understanding of science literacy and also increase the science capital of the world. So please keep on doing your good work back in your science center and science museum as you go back home. So inclusion has always been in the hearts for a long time, in some of the discussions that has been at previous Aspac conferences that I've attended. But I think at this conference, we really remind us that diversity is not merely a buzzword, but a fundamental pillar of our progress. So over the last few days, we have endeavored to create a space where voices from every corner of the Asia-Pacific regions have been heard. So when we foster an environment that everyone feels safe to really contribute and share while feel very valued and empowered to actually contribute. So our second keynote speaker, Art Director Lee Dae-hyun, has shared that how superconnectivity in current days has led to the creation of our digital community and redefining the fandom as a sustainable global movement that can propagate our inclusion or inclusive worldviews. So I am because we are. So artists, like scientists, are now beginning to really take on a holistic view, a worldview, so that they can put things into context and provide solutions in order to solve real-world issues. So networking is really critical. I believe it's the lifeblood of Aspac, and it has been the driving force behind the exchange of ideas, both here and after we go back to our respective countries. And I think it's very important that we cultivate these lasting connections. Our commitment to nurturing these networks is testament to our belief in the power of collaboration and the potential that it holds for driving positive change. I really hope that each of you has really made at least 3 friends during this conference. Please keep in touch with them. Make it a relational relationship, not a transactional one. Carry on that communication, and I think something will brew and come out from this conference as we meet again in 2 years' time. So an example of this, I think it happened this afternoon, I think during lunchtime, the Traveling Exhibition Advisory Council, I think it was shared during yesterday's talk by Eureka CEO, Miko, and National Museum of Natural History, and I think they wanted to create an advisory council where they have a shared vision and goals to reduce costs and increase efficiency for traveling exhibition. They met over lunch today, and I understand it was a good meeting, and they really hope to get something up and running in 2 or 3 years' time. So I think I'm also very heartened that there are representatives from ASTC and Excite Network are also here to attend our conference, and I think this is due in great part to the good work of TM and Maribel. They have held the Aspac flag high in our engagement with other networks. So we also experienced the reed tapestry of Korean science culture, and it has been a source of inspiration and learning, offering us glimpses into the heritage and innovation that define this vibrant nation. So we have been constantly reminded of the need to embrace culture and how we can infuse culture into our STEM as we seek to provide better science communication to the world. So in this afternoon's session, we saw how we need to use very different and diverse methods to communicate science, and also by blending rather than distinguishing science and culture. So as we bring this conference to a close, I'm filled with a profound sense of optimism for the future of Aspac, and together we will continue to champion science literacy, inclusion, nature of networks, celebrates the diversity of culture, and communicate with empathy at the core of our interactions. So TM shared about how the Monkey King is the agent of change, enabling him to really navigate the complex and challenging environment that he had on his journey to the West. So I think we can enhance and adopt this spirit as we go back and also navigate our current complex world. I firmly believe that Science Center or Science Museums are the catalysts and enablers of change, and we can empower all through STEM+, and we can positively impact the world. So I think I speak on behalf of the Aspac Exco and assure you that through a change, even though there's a change in leadership, the core values of Aspac will never change. We were deeply committed to leading Aspac family with empathy, integrity, and a steadfast dedication to our shared mission. So we look forward to really working with each and every one of you as we embark on this journey together in order to shape the future of science and technology and serve as catalysts for positive change and empowerment. So lastly, my big sister Maribel, I think she challenged us to revise our thinking of science engagement through 3 questions. So I hope you found your answer as you reflect through the various sessions in the 3 days. And now when you take it back home to where you come from, I urge you really to build your own story, and therefore becoming the change maker in your own center or science museum. So once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and here's to a future filled with boundless opportunity and the unwavering spirit of Aspac family. See you in Aspac 2026. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing the outcomes and the results of the Aspac 2024, this conference. Thank you. And I believe every participant had a memorable and enjoyable time with us. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, we would like to have a special performance for the closing ceremony of Aspac 2024. I hope you enjoy it. Today's performance is captivating sand art performance that combines emotion and art under the theme, Link, Communicate with Empathy. Sand art is a unique form of expression that tells a story through the fluid movement of sand unfolding right before your eyes. So we hope you enjoy your favorite moments from Aspac 2024 through this sand art performance. So ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the screen. Very impressive performance. The standout performer, Jinam-gyu, is in the back of the hall. So yes, please look back. And please give a warm round of applause to her. Thank you very much for your wonderful work. It's very impressive. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this performance as much as I have. Now let's take a moment to explore the future vision of Aspac. We would like to invite Aspac President, Madam Maria Isabel Garcia, to the stage. She will deliver the future vision of Aspac, and she will deliver her closing remark for all of us. So please welcome her with a big round of applause.
How can you speak before that? After that. President Han, and the entire GNSM team, my Aspac family. If I could be like Singapore's Kiki, I would burst with many points of light to, on behalf of the Aspac family, thank President Han and the entire team of GSNM for hosting Aspac 2024. It was full of insights, amazing friendships, and most of all, possibilities for impact. And I think Songchun perfectly summarized the spirit and the insights and the daily summaries of all the things that we can gather at the third day of our conference, but I think much more will come out after our reflection and after our jet lag when we go back home. But even with all the points of light and all the amazing things, even especially with the sand art that was used to close our conference, we are imperfect humans. None of us could be able to catch all the points of light that were given or offered to us and shine with it instantly. None of us could do that. The keynotes may not have struck a chord at all with you. Maybe you found the sessions generally good, but if you were paying attention, if you were active, if you were in an active, empathetic exchange, even for a moment, with another's thought, another person's experience, another person's sentiment, your mind is walking a new expanse now, a new territory that you did not know before you landed in this Starship Enterprise of the Guachuan National Science Museum, where us Aspac aliens coming from different geographical, cultural, and personal backgrounds come together to see how we can connect our worlds to make the larger common universe we have much better. A few weeks ago, before we came here, I would startle my team and I would just burst out singing Colors of the Wind from the Pocahontas. In that song, I would always really shift inside me when I sing this part. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you learn things you never knew, you never knew. So I think we all walk that path in terms of learning things we never knew, we never knew. So when the EXCO met last Monday, I did not sing, but TM is used to me bursting out and singing. We paid attention to the network as it is evolving, post-pandemic and what it needs to move forward. We acknowledge that our spaces have evolved to be not mere extensions of schools or universities or mere extensions of labs, but cultural spaces where the many worlds that people possess come to recon with understanding how the world works the way science does it, with experimentation, proof, and reason. But The people who come to our museums and centers are not our guests. We are the guests in their heads because they already come with their own experiences. We are the ones privileged to visit their minds. So we should acknowledge where we are when we are inside their minds. But as human spaces, we know that facts could repel our understanding, just like raincoats and umbrellas repel rain. We also know that the digital revolution has accelerated change in so many dimensions of our lives, and that the way we mentored and passed on to our next generation should change. We are a small organization, Aspac, with volunteer leaders. But this process has survived us for 27 years. We will see how we can embed the process that works, but at the same time, make sure we can shape-shift to respond to rapid changes. For now, we will respond by continuing to focus on the next generation of leaders among the network. So we will vigorously pursue the master classes and vigorously nag all of you to send your delegates. We will have the first one in May in Osaka next year. And for the institutions present here, for the CEOs, we would really love it if you can tell us what things are happening in your institutions that we could evolve into master classes so that you could probably, one, be a host for a master class. The CEOs will probably have regular Zooms, very quick Zooms, just a touch point, that's for touch points so that we will always know what's going on with each other. Sometimes CEOs don't have any peers to voice out their struggles, so it will be very good for CEOs in the region to do this. We plan to make closer collaborations in times of our online shows, which are free, so that the way Singapore Science Center and SciTech did it for the eclipse. We will have staff exchanges, and we will work on measuring impact, which will be difficult, but we will try to do that so that we could exchange when we have to pitch what we do to funders and partners, so that we will have a gauge of the benefits of supporting science museums and centers. I opened the conference using a seesaw. In 2002, long before I joined the museum, my husband died. And when he died, I went on a journey on my own, training science teachers. I was doing graduate school in the US, and I was pretty satisfied with it, intellectually satisfied. But then one day I thought, why am I talking to my peers all the time? Why is it that I cannot help those who need it the most so that they can pass on that kind of scientific understanding to their students? And I mean public school teachers. I knew I couldn't be a teacher, but why can't I help teachers? So when my husband died, I went back home and studied and started to train teachers in some islands by myself. So I did little exhibits and drove my own car and rode boats. And that was maybe 2002 to 2006. And then fast forward, I was asked to help create the museum in 2007. Fast forward 2016, I was in an island. Of course, the museum was already up. There was a man by the coast who I was talking to. I was with some, actually, science museum people around the world in some island in the Philippines. And he approached me and he said, weren't you here like in 2003 teaching some teachers? And I was surprised because he didn't seem to be one of them. And I asked him, yes, but who are you? And he said, I'm the husband of one of the teachers that you taught. And I said, really? That was a really long time ago. And he said, yes, My wife already died, she said. But you know why I remember? Because when you trained her, and then she came home on a little boat, and then she got off the boat, and in a little village, she was shouting from the boat to our house, which woke up everyone in the village, because she said, you know what I learned? I learned that wherever you come from in this planet, whether you're rich or poor, white or whatever colored, we are all made from stars. That we are all stardust. That inspiration was so rich that I was able to, without any background in museum, create a museum with a fabulous team. And that is why I'm telling you that is proof that it is a seesaw. That we lift each other up, that there is no doubt that you are affecting people whom you touch. It's just not instantly. So, yes, they give back to us as much as we give to them. So thank you, my dear Aspac family, for this joyful exchange of light that we were able to shine on each other and the work we all do. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your impressive words. So now we would like to express our heartfelt thanks to all of you, especially who showed us your active participation. And thank you all, especially the dedicated staff members and volunteers and the organizers who made Aspac 2024 possible. Why don't you give a big round of applause for all of us? Thank you. We're really grateful for your presence, and we look forward to seeing you at Aspac 2025 and 2026? Okay, sorry, 2026. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you very much once again, and have a great day. Goodbye.